I didn't know that.
Okay, so welcome everyone. Our monthly meeting with our guests in the community and the format of ACC or PCC certification preparation experience sharing. And today with us is Miroslavas Monkevicius, a PCC level coach. And we finished same school for ACC. And I'm overjoyed that we had this opportunity today to talk and to hear how it went in another school for PCC preparation.
Yeah.
But Miroslavas, your LinkedIn headline is quite elegant and simple: executive and team coach. What hides behind that?
Well, that's a good question. Thank you for the compliment, and I'm very glad to be here in this community. I'm heard that this community is growing as a rocket, meaning it means that you bring super duper value here. So I'm very glad about that. And thanks for inviting me to be a part of this hour together with you. Speaking about my headline. For me, I always thinking, should I put something more extensive, as I always often see on the different headlines? And inner ego says maybe you should put something more about that. But actually, what is on the headline, actually it's executive and team coach. It is actually the words that survives pruning. So that was left after pruning and after understanding that you don't need to put there everything you can do, but you need to be closer to who you think you are.
Okay, sounds reasonable. And I see also that you got your ACC certification in 2022 and PCC in 2025. So how did you find coaching altogether? How it started for you, the coaching journey?
Coaching journey started. I just put one moment when I just got my ACC. Together with one of my colleague Antanas, we thought we'll do PCC in 1.5 years max. And then that's actually, we will speak about it, I hope. So while speaking about the difference in the mindset, what is ACC is about and what PCC is about. Yeah, but speaking about the journey and how the journey started, it started quite early, and it started, in general, it started with NGOs. It started in 1999. So 1999, why? Because I started to be active in non-governmental youth organizations, and being active in non-governmental youth organizations, worked in the Council of Europe, experiential learning, some training courses, training for trainers, Coyote, Mark Taylor, and some methodologies. And there were methodologies about asking questions. And then in year 2008, one of my colleagues, friend of mine, translated first book about coaching, Miles Downey, Effective Coaching, into Lithuanian. The translation is so pure, colleagues. We need to one day we need to republish this book. And that's how I got to understand that actually some things that I'm doing in my life as a leader, and I was learning mistakes as a leader, working in the 3 sectors, NGO, politics, and being a businessman, running businesses with a couple hundred people working there. So that actually, things that I'm trying to do, then I thought I'm doing perfectly, but I'm trying to do, actually is about doing something close to coaching. And when you are doing coaching, I started to understand that if I want to do it better, I need to learn about that. And it's a first tier. And the second tier, I was doing quite a number of training for the leaders and for executives in organizations. And you can come with a training and do one training session, or even more of that, make the fireworks over there. And the person thinks, yeah, now starting up from the tomorrow, I will do everything differently. I will be the different leader. I will be perfect. I will change everything in my organization. It's so easy, just pick. And then next day, when he comes back to an organization, he sees that after one day he was missing the work, he have quite a load to deal with. So then he thinks, first of all, I will deal with this load in my oldish style. And after this, I will become a new one. Then it's okay, 1 week, then second week, and so on, and everything vaporizes. So in order to help the leaders and be with them for their own sustainable change, I was looking for an instrument, actually. First of all, instrument. And that's how coaching reappeared on my table, due to some technical specialities. It's not one session, not one meeting, it's more meetings. It's a longer period of time. So you can be and you can walk along with a person for a much longer time than 1 or 2 training courses or training sessions. So that's how coaching came on my table. And then I asked, taking into consideration the profession, I knew Povilas from Angel Life, Povilas Petrauskas, the leader of the school, and I asked him what to do if I want to get to know more. And Povilas proposed just go and do Marshall Goldsmith. And I did. And actually, when I did Marshall Goldsmith, I got just even bigger understanding that, I am building the building without foundation. Yeah, because Marshall Goldsmith, it's already about executing certain competences, coaching competences in a certain way. Yeah, so, and then I was looking for the competences, for the base, for the foundation. And the foundation was the coaching school that I finished, and I got my ACC, and that's how journey continued with another school, Ericsson, for the team coaching, with another school, speaking about business system coach, and with another school speaking about certification for the PCC and Ignite Goal. So that's how my journey looked like until this very moment of time.
So 4 schools in total.
Yeah, and I hope so that I will catch some more schools. And actually, before joining this call with everybody, we've been chatting a bit about that. Yeah. So in general, my feeling is like that. So, and my perception is like that. The coaching is a very because it's not so how it called, it's not so normalized by the states.
Yeah.
And we have only the federations, and actually International Coaching Federation as the most advanced one and the biggest one, and so on. We can put different parts to that, different namings. There is still very big variety of how can I be a coach and understand competences. And that's why one of my conscious approaches never come back to the same school in order to see different approaches towards coaching. And now already from the past perspective, while joining different schools, I would say there is huge difference.
Yeah.
And all of them got level 1, level 2, CCE, sign, and so on, meaning they are valid.
Yeah.
And a more variety of what coaching is or how you can be a coach, you experience, I think that you are better prepared to serve your client.
Sure. What comes to mind regarding those differences as the main one, What is the distinction between those schools, between those principles or implementations of coaching?
Oh, it's a good question, actually, and very good question. And now I'm thinking, I'm not prepared for an answer. First, and there should be some methodological evaluation. There should be some like methodology approach for me just to state something, and in order to be, with a valid comment. Yeah? But in general, I would say each personality brings certain methodologies. And some methodologies, for example, if we speak about Ericsson School. So a lot of methodologies that were designed by Ericsson School founders now are taken into each school. So each school has some part of the methodologies that were designed actually by one school. Yeah. So some methodologies of team coaching now are everywhere, but everywhere are only the most popular, visual, easy to catch ones. Yeah. But there is still a big difference of perception, a big difference even of boundaries where the coaching ends, because there are centered boundaries where the coaching ends and where the other approaches starts, and between those there are gray zones. You understand? It's still not. It's not very 100%. I think that coaching, but it's still not not mentoring, or it's still not psychological consultation. Yeah. So and then behaving in those approaches, in those gray boundaries, it's already here. For me, for example, the biggest transformation was, speaking about ACC to PCC, was work on emotions. For ACC, I got taught in a quite tough way. How I understood that, maybe, that do not dig deep into the emotion. Colleagues, while certifying for PCC, if you do not do that, you won't get certified. Yeah. Understand? So, and now for me, it's difficult to distinguish. Is it just the approach to learn, to prepare yourself for ACC, or it's a just approach in the methodology of the coach? Yeah, who is a trainer, who is a school implementator, founder, or something like that. So this was very obvious. So some more technical, some more emotional. Yeah, and then some are using tools that even studying this, for 20 years doing training, studying this methodology is different from the training side point of view, I've never heard about. Yeah, they are somewhere local, and like a bubble, and then you just get to know that. So my answer would be like that. So that the variety is would say maybe in not only in the instruments, but the understanding the core essence, the core of the coaching, and understanding the boundaries where you should stop. And even if you have ICF paper clearly stating when you should move the client to psychological consultations, you can, when you read this paper, and you will read that before, this is for sure, if you did not before, you already see that there are, it's a part of personal evaluation. Yeah, so it's human-led behavior. It's not like some certain elements that you can mechanically just put or not put. Still, there is a human there. Yes. Human, you as a coach.
Oh, indeed. And building a little bit on that part difference between ACC and PCC, it's a very interesting part, and for sure we'll get back there. Just for those watching a recording on YouTube, as usual, the request, like, share, subscribe, the classics. Yeah. And guys who are already here live, please feel free to use chat to ask your questions. I will try to weave them in the conversation. And we have a couple of questions also from the community already prepared, so I will get back to those also. But still, that part difference between ACC and PCC, because we had some sharing of experience of ACC, and we can rewatch recordings, but this gap, it's quite interesting. So what comes to mind for you when this question is asked? So what is the difference between those two?
Actually, definitely I was expecting this question. So so as I was thinking how to how to state in my way. So how I do understand it, and it, I would say it in this way. It's like some blurry maybe, but it's the way how I do understand it. ACC is about learning the map, and PCC is about becoming the territory.
Okay. Please build on that.
Yeah, so, because in ACC in general, how I understand it now, what is checked? You see, general idea is checked. Do you understand ICF competences, the structure of conversation? Do you possess a basic skills? Do you have a foundation? Yeah. And in PCC, so you just build your understanding the map. But in PCC, it is not enough to intellectually know what evoke awareness means intellectually. Mm-hmm. You need to feel, when it is happening. Yeah, so you can know, but still not feel. Yeah, so you can expect, but still not be a part of it. So, and an important issue is that it is happening in real time. Yeah, so because just feeling it's happening in real time during the coaching conversation, and in ACC during the certification or during even calls, coaching conversations that are submitted, you still can hide behind the good questions. These are questions that just to open this contract, good, okay. What you get to know new about yourself, okay. Yeah, and in PCC, more presence, your assumption, your biases that you are using, they are evaluated much more, especially in even exam. And so it's more about the presence. That's why I name it becoming the territory.
Very powerful. But still, there are PCC markers. You can't escape them.
Absolutely.
They are checked. They are compared. Your session is evaluated by presence of those markers, and it seems, just from reading them, it seems that it's still a technical side of that.
Absolutely. The major the major issue, how I do understand that, and definitely it's my biased understanding of that. I'm not the one who just rearranged the markers a bit, expanding the territory of coaching. Wow, it's a revolution! What happened last year? But we are still not using it. So that during the PCC, you are asked to get better results with less words, more impact. Let's putting your own judgment into the formulation of the question, even if it's technically correct. Yeah, so definitely it requires you stronger presence, stronger understanding of or trying at least to understand, being curious what is client about right now in front of you, with his own story, your own emotions, and so on. Yeah, so it's for me, it's like more with less. You don't need to, put yourself so much into there. And then while being less, it's the same actually as a leadership. The person who goes in organizations, the steers up, from the specialist to team lead to mid management and so on, mostly becoming a better leader while advancing means doing less, not more.
Less micromanagement, less presence by yourself in the situation.
Let's doing by yourself, let's delegating, less overthinking, let's doing everything for your colleagues, and because it means that you are taking you're taking ownership out of them, and then you are the only one responsible, and then you are not the leader, then you closer to the specialist.
Yeah. And Julia reacts also that 20-80 formula, you know, Pareto, 20 you, 80 client.
Absolutely, and it's actually it's a good analogy. So it is you, and even the good coaching conversation is when you speak not more than 20% of the whole coaching conversation. Yeah, so it's very close.
Okay, but here again we have this quite huge difference between ACC and PCC, and being in that interim, you know. At PCC, I went through 250, 300 hours. Yes, I'm closing in.
Yeah.
But then that feeling for you came that, okay, regardless of hours I have under my belt, I'm cruising to PCC. What was that feeling? What was that signal for you that you are getting to the PCC?
Oh, it's you know I didn't I trying to understand. You know, it's difficult for me to answer this question in such a constructed way. I just wanted to be a part of the journey. That's it. You know, it's much easier. You know, anyway, in order to finish anything, you need to start. Easy, yeah. So then you think rationally when you can start. when the finish is already foreseen, then you look at the requirements. 500 hours. You see, you at 300. Yeah, you can start. Okay, it's okay. If you at 101 hour, probably it's too early. And so if it's close to 500 hours, maybe it's too late. Or at least you can do it earlier. Yeah, you know, when you treat it as a profession, you know, I told you that at the beginning I was like, yeah, PCC, I need to do that. Then I go to different coaching online platforms because they accept only with PCC, and then my life will change and rapidly and in a perfect way, and so on and so forth. After this 1 year and a half, I'm charging more than any of coaching online platform will pay me.
Yeah.
So why I should be there?
Yeah.
Just to be there? I don't know. Maybe it's nice, not for me. I have things to do. It's everything is okay with that. Yeah. So, and you know, so then you're just going in this part, and then it becomes part of the journey. It's a part of me as a professional. Three things. Why? It's definitely it's integrity, walk the talk. If you speak about the client becoming better each day, walk the talk yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's curiosity. Am I? Do I? Who am I? Yeah, so it's curiosity. Okay, it's okay. It's another learning, another process, during which I definitely know from ACC that I will be becoming a better person. And definitely it's a mastery, yeah? Because if you put yourself executive and team coach, walk the talk, do that. So it was like that decision, and it come naturally. You just think about who you are. Look, if you don't know, you just look at your headline at LinkedIn, and and then just and then just continue and go on, and then you just make a decision because it's definitely it's about changing some things, because journey is about a few issues. It's about speaking out even from the technical things. It's speaking about the time and money. Am I ready for that? Yeah, and then it's about your journey as a professional. How much hours do I have? Do I have support community around me that would support me in this journey, and so on and so forth? So I wouldn't say when you have this mind in this idea in your mind, am I ready? Means you are ready.
Okay. You have to check.
And then you just check the technicalities, check the technical part. Yeah, so it's hours, money, and time. So So, money and time, hours already you've done a coaching hours with the clients. Yeah.
Wonderful thought. You know that if you ask yourself question, I am ready for PCC, you have to check that, and checking that is already walking the walk. Going
Absolutely.
The, going to
Absolutely. At least it's the way how I understand that.
Sure. Very nice. I don't know, with this we're nearing a little bit maybe more technical part. You know, okay, I'm going to PCC. I have hours. I have PCC level 2 education. The exam is here, almost here. No, what did you do? How did you learn? How did you prepare? What was the technical part of this journey?
And this was the worst question I have expected that you will ask, because it seems like that I need to provide some structural approached answers that would be very beneficial for all the persons who are joining and listening. So some systematic approach, and I saw the ads on what you are doing using AI tools and everything. I go, oh my gosh, I don't have this structural issue or something like that. For me, preparing it, nevertheless, in three main issues: the hours. Yeah, so I still not need to coach. I need to be a coach actually. Yeah, so I still need to do coaching. So one, you continue to coaching, and actually, when you know that you have one day an exam and you need to submit an hours to the ICF, you start to do it faster or do it more. Yeah, so you look how to make a coaching a bigger part of your daily activities. Yeah, so this is one. Second one, definitely for me at least, it's a feedback loops. Feedback loops meaning that some, not my own only evaluation about how or what coach I am. So it's joining some peer-to-peer coaching, it's joining some communities, it is asking the client for possibility to record the conversation. It's evaluating conversations according to the ITF markers. It is definitely mentor work with a mentor when you are already ready. Definitely when you finish the school. So second one is that just the feedback loops. And third one, it definitely, mindset work. Because I told you the map and the territory, yeah?
Yes.
So it's not about doing the coaching, it's more about being the coach. PCC, it's more about being the coach, not doing the coaching.
This part, did you notice it that you have to have this mindset shift by yourself, or was it a mentor? Was it education part? Where did you find out that you have to have this, switch?
Actually, it become obvious definitely when you look at the retrospective. Everything becomes obvious. So now, thinking about that, what happened now, it's definitely so obvious to tell. Yeah, you need to do a mindset work. It's very important for that, for yourself. Yeah, so it's, but in general, it's definitely it's an ego play, and it always ego play. It's about thinking about yourself. In my case, about working with the leaders from 2003, and being experienced trainer, reading the books, and so on and so forth, and still building up on a humility virtue. This is about the mindset, because actually PCC outcome for myself at least. It's about humility as a virtue in my inner and outer world. Yeah, so you don't know everything. Yeah, here you thought that you should not dig deep into an emotion. Now you need to work on that, and you need to be more curious about that. So yeah, so this now it's very easy for me just to tell it from the retrospective. Excuse me. But speaking about then, I was not clearly stating it that it is a part of the journey. Nevertheless, doing and being when you are in the school, definitely you hear about that quite a number of times from the master coaches you are trained by.
Yeah, indeed. And you know, here maybe a good place for question from the community. I have written down. So Varandeep, she's asking, what is a common mistake you see experienced coaches make during ACC PCC exam preparation? Not due to lack of knowledge, however, how they interpret or overthink the ICF mindset of those two, you know?
Wow. It's a question like to an academician who had quite a number of thesis works at the university on a coaching. I feel like that. I feel this question like that because I didn't do like kind of evaluation of or interviewing coaches in order to just to know that. I have an answer definitely.
Yeah.
It can be speculative, but it's my own valuation. And just remember that I'm not life coach. I'm executive, and I'm a very structured person in general. And my answer would be it's relying much more on mind than on heart.
Yeah.
ACC.
Okay.
PCC.
Okay. Thinking versus feeling and
You need to catch that much more.
Okay.
And you another disclaimer. You hear it from the executive coach that just 1 hour ago came from the session with executive leaders of one of the.
But still, the executive leadership and you being PCC right now, working with executives, are they not the people who actually think more than feel? How then your practice evolves when you are in the environment, the thinking prevails versus the feeling?
You are speaking about the coaching interactions?
Yeah, coaching interactions, where you actually get your practice.
Where me or okay? Because actually, I from Ginz I was reading the question, so I didn't hear properly all the question you asked. Can you please repeat it once more, just for me to get it clearly?
We touched about that ACC is mind, PCC is heart. Yes, feeling. Yeah. But your specialty, leadership coaching, executive coaching, for me at least, and maybe it's my assumptions, that leaders, executives, they are mostly mind.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And you're coaching in that environment, but during the transition to PCC, you have to work more with feelings and emotions. So how this happens in your practice, in your coaching environment where it's not all about feelings?
So I would just open you the secret. So the biggest value we can bring as a coaches into corporate world lies exactly there. And that's approach, because if you go to any research is done in Fortune 500 companies and so on and so forth, and in any methodologies and so on, we take decisions in emotional environment, and emotions have a huge impact on our decisions, even if we are Excel person. We don't hate this coworker we got this Excel from. And we are biased already by our emotions, and we treat the numbers differently in this Excel than they really are. So speaking and working on that with the clients from an executive world, helping them to accommodate the emotional part of personality, just in order to understand the context of decision making, makes a huge difference in the daily operations in the organizations. That's it. And then the rest is the techniques. How how from this alpha male, leader who is always thinks that the way the leadership should be is knowing all the answers to all questions, and there is no space for feelings in my I don't know, daily operations or my meetings. How he thinks that no place, but most of his decisions are based on the emotions. Yeah, so we thought about that because it's just a matter of resources that are showing that. Yeah, and the matters of understanding this how our this exoskeleton operates. Yeah, speaking about some automatic reactions that we are driven by if we are not go to the prefrontal lobe, and when it works and how it works and so on, how to do that so he or she becomes more conscious of this emotional part of their life. This is already, this is already a way of building trust and being present. And this is from here to here, noticing all the differences in the body language, in atmosphere, in timbre, in intonation, in answer, in energy, and bringing it back to the client. Tell me, what do I see now? That's it.
Yeah.
And making this like a loops, and also just repeating and repeating. And again, at the same time, during the repeated coaching sessions, building more trust, you'll definitely go on. Okay, Mike, I work all the time, most of the time, for the rest from, I don't know, 2019, no, 20, maybe 21. I work on a daily basis, on a constant basis. I work with from 20 to 30 one-on-one clients. Now I have 24. And just, it's not a secret for you because you perfectly know that. When you build trust with the super duper executive clients, the boundaries between executive and non-executive world blurs, because she or he is the same human being with the same fears, doubts, personal life issues, balance struggling, and so on and so forth. The same human being. And when he or she feels comfortable with you to speak about the real things that matters, and you are creating a space for that, then those miracles do happen.
Sure. Yeah, miracles do happen indeed. We joked some time ago with Antanas, with our colleague also, because he's a business coach, coach for business and such as. And we asked in the school, he was guest there, how there's difference between business coaching and life coaching and such. And the joke was that you start with EBITDA, but you finish with values. So it's always get back to values, to your feelings, to your very powerful. Yeah, I see a couple of questions in the chat. I will ask people to voice them a little bit, couple of minutes later, because they are kind of closing up kind of questions. But we are nearing the exam here. And the most technical part of everything, there we are talking mindsets, mind shifts, and such. But day comes, you have to go to exam. Was it a breeze? Or what is that still struggle for you? Because from ACC perspective, I remember my own experience, the experience of others sharing exam is something, a little bit dreading. So how it was for PCC level coach?
In general, it's you have two, as far as I understand it, you have two issues. Technical one and psychological one. First one, for me at least, it was like that. Technical one, you need to manage time pressure. Because during the exam, you have a time pressure. Preparing for an exam, you have time pressure. Me, that my type of person, you always think that it's too not enough. Yeah, so you need more books, more hours, more consultation, more something in general. You need something more to be more prepared. Yeah, so, and it's about doing, not more being. Yeah, so it's understandable. Huh? And then second one, it's definitely about psychological issues manage. So first one, it's a technical time pressure, in my case. Second one is a psychological. It's a managing my inner voice. Before the exam, or maybe I'm not enough. Maybe this coaching recording, it was close, because I got it not only praising from the coach, but I got some criticism. Maybe it signals me that it won't work. I won't be enough answering the question. So it definitely is the psychological issue. And the issue during the exam already, so then we go before, an issue that you are recorded, definitely it has some shifting. I was doing it in the end of the summer. I didn't manage to do it in the center. Actually, they didn't manage to accommodate me when I was ready. So I was doing an exam at my office here, actually. So I was doing an exam technically here. But anyway, even if it's sitting here and having all of my surrounding here and so on and so forth, that the issues that you are recorded definitely change some perception, some energy. So that's it. I think that speaking about the exam, this was the most important issue. Coming back, when I told you that 3 layers: hours, feedback loops, and mindset. Yeah. If to say that I was doing some specific, such an advanced issues that you've been doing and you've been teaching how to do that, I was not. I was not doing this. I was just trying. Miro, do more coaching. Do more coaching. When I was going to an exam in the morning, definitely I did my meditation, journal, all this stuff. Yeah, so and everything. I didn't manage to eat my breakfast, but I never eat my breakfast, so it's okay. I have no breakfast. So, but I doing the journal, like I put it 2 short sentences in the journal for myself. Your job is to be curious. 1 sentence, and second, that's it.
Good one.
Because the exam actually, especially for English non-native speakers, and in general, the exam is about being curious. It's about being curious, because it's very easy when you have good answers and wrong answers. It's very easy. But the exam is that always there are not a good answers and bad answers, but there are better answers and worse answers. And you need to choose those. And in order to choose those, it's not enough to be here. You need to be here. You need to understand more what is this in those between the lines. And being non-English speaker, even understand the vocabulary for sure. So that's it. I had no specific preparation. I just went through all the gold that ICF has online. So definitely do the work the school asked to do. Absolutely. Go through all the movies about the competencies. Go about all the study cases that are available ICF online. Go through the code of ethics, absolutely, and the cases related to the code of ethics. So you take the ICF and you just take out everything out of this of it and just learn it. Not learn it, but read it. And here I made a mistake here now saying learn, because in ACC, yes, you can learn, but PCC exam is constructed in such a way that you need to understand more than learn. So learning by heart, by heart, it's just definitely, it's a joke. Not so important, the understanding the main rationale, the main principle under, for example, code of ethics 1 or another value. Yeah. So understanding the principle, because you'll be brought to very particular situation where, in most of the cases, 2 values clashes, and you need to decide in this particular situation, in this context, which value is more important than the other value. Yeah, and you need to get a bit more understanding about the, about the situation. So you need to read. That's why it's not about read and understand what is in there in the exact situation. You need to choose one best answer and one worst one. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't. Unfortunately, at least in my case, I don't have any magic wand that I would say use this magic wand and it will work. I don't know it. Maybe it do exist. I've done it the more difficult way. If I would know it before, maybe I would do it something differently.
We will find it. If it exists in our community, in Monkevicius, yeah, we will find it.
Knowing your approach, I'm sure that you will. I'm sure that you will, and then the community will know it as up as you will know it. So it's definitely.
Exactly. But sounds that you mentioned that curiosity to be curious, yes, and it's one of the main principles in coaching sessions altogether. So it sounds like you coming to exam as to a coaching session.
Absolutely, and actually, I would name it a coaching session, even if you are reading. Actually, this exam in a reading style checks if you are truly listening or just waiting for your turn to put your word or next good question. Actually, the exam is about that.
Cool.
And you have time pressure, understand, and that means that in rationale, you think that you need to go, so you have constraint to go faster.
Yeah.
And at the same time, exam checking, under this pressure, your possibility to have presence needed in order to choose the best option for you to go.
Okay, so it almost simulates the session constraints of 1 hour, and you have to arrive to 8th competency and have some kind of result. Yeah?
Not a session, maybe, but real life situation. Yeah, because it's not only about the session; it's about in general about the relations, about the contracting with all parties included, about what happens. Sometimes some questions are about what happens in between the sessions, and so it's. Definitely not about the coach life, real life, and about the choices that are not so obvious, and you still need to take those choices, take those decisions. Yeah. Sure. If you have possibility to have, actually, I don't know if Aida mentioned to you, if you have a possibility to use any kind of the simulators online, you can do that.
Yes, she mentioned that. Yes.
Yeah, so you can do that because in the school I have attended, we had a possibility to do that. Maybe there are some independent possibilities or schools you are planning to attend, but it is useful. But it is anyway, it's different.
Yeah,
I would say that anyway it's different. I don't know what Aida told you. Maybe for her it was.
She mentioned the same thing, that or ACC or PCC, any material, any preparation, mock-ups and such, you should not build your trust in that you will find the same text, same, phrasing or something. Exam will be different. So prepare to be, you have to switch your mind again in the exam.
True. True.
Okay, some questions from the, so not to have it on my questions, answered. Yulia here asks, in the PCC exam, do they still ask to choose both the good answer, best answer, and worst answer? Yeah, it's still the same process.
Yes. It's at least when I was, and I did it in August, I think. Yeah, end of August, the beginning of September. It was like that. Yeah. And I think that they are not going to change anything.
Not soon, but they are working on that. They're already
you know better. Sure.
Yeah, they're ongoing trials. So right now, if you're going to PCC exam, you can choose which version you will have. But the detriment is that if you choose that new version they're working on, the answer, your result will be only in 2 or 3 months. So you will be waiting for that long. So it's better take a old version and be done.
Burning too much nerve cells for me.
Exactly.
Exam is just time passed, you have still some time, you're already fed up answering and rechecking some question, because you can mark some question and come back to it.
Exactly.
And say, okay, let it be as it be. Boom, and you go. And it's, and actually it's it's so important. What is technically important? The buttons to continue or to submit and abandon look so similar or so somewhere close to each other. Please be conscious about what you're pressing. Speaking about the exam system, it's not ICF. ICF is outsourcing this system. Yeah, so it's yeah. So
where you're pressing the button.
Yeah, what you are pressing, it's very important. Yeah, it's very very important to know, and it's very strict actually. Even if you're doing it from your home. Now, if I will do it, or when I will be doing it next time, if there will be a possibility to do it from my own place, I will do that from my own place.
Okay.
Sure. Anyway, it's you definitely need to photo report everything, so you have not a big wall written about all the situation and what your behaviors and so on. But anyway, it's more cozy. You see it at your place. It's more cozier.
Yeah, your own environment.
Put some incense, your favorite one, and
sure. That. So that's a way to go.
Yeah.
Gids, I see your question. Maybe you want to turn off your mic, show yourself, just to put some variety into discussion.
Yes. Hello.
Hi, Gids.
Yeah. So basically, I have my CC from Ericsson School of Coaching, and I was wondering, so what is the flavor? What did you get out? You mentioned that it gives you broader kind of perspective on coaching and insights. So what other schools, what they were, and what kind of how did they add value to you personally?
It's actually different question. I was expecting that we pass this recording without answering your question, and then if I'll be relieved from out of that, but I am not. Unfortunately, I need to answer it. So, no, as I already mentioned, you get some methodologies and so on. This is from the technical part of issue, but being from technical part of issue in nowadays world, question how do not exist. It costs $23 per month. Yeah, so you ask what is the difference between Ericsson and Marshall Goldsmith and I don't know, any kind of school. Ask to any AI, and I will get you perfect exact summaries. The other issue that was very important for me it's the personalities who are behind the school, with whom I will be working, because definitely methodologies put it in some interesting or less interesting books, and you can always use that. Yeah, but how this methodology is implemented, or is not implemented, but it's better word for PCC, is embodied by the person, that was the most interesting Gids part for me. And definitely Ericsson is very strong school. You finished a very strong school in general, school as such, as an institution. But nevertheless, I don't know who was the person who was teaching you that. Yeah. So, and I'm sure if Marilyn would teach you, it would be probably different than what someone else would teach you. So this is very important. Not only stick to the labels of the schools. This is important for me. It's personally important to get variety, to see the variety, the scope. Yeah, but at the same time, it's very important, close to the badge of the school, to have an exact photo of an exact person and who this person is. I would say this is very important. And definitely, when I was choosing the schools, direct issue was not the same one. Try something different. Yeah. But the second issue, when looking at the person who will be at the school as my mentor, supervisor, teacher, later on friend for sure, and so on, I was thinking if this person resonates with me. So definitely I made a chemistry session as we do with our clients. So imagine you are the same client, and if this person do not resonate with you, even if you are finishing such a strong school, for example, as a Ericsson one, such a founded, grounded, well-known, and so on, with a huge methodological and educational backbone there that is taken by other schools as well. If it's taught by the person you cannot rely on, you cannot have a chemistry with, it won't work. At least as I want to work with the client, if the client do not resonate with me. So Gins, I make like a taekwondo move, just put your energy against you, so just bring it back to you and escape the direct answer to the question.
Yes, you did it very well. Thank you.
Masterful move. Yeah. Thank you.
Joking, sure.
Yeah. And they see,
and in general, if I can do some issue, yeah. So while finishing the exam, after the exam, I wish I would say that the exam was easier than I was expected. I wish that I would say it to you. But the exact answer in my case was that I was just more prepared than I thought. So you are prepared. Everything is okay. Takes the pressure down. You are prepared, and still you have some time if you're here. So so I found out that I was more prepared. Not the exam was easier. So it's like this, I don't know, Instagram saying here. So do not bring me an easier life, but bring me more wiseness and strength to come through any kind of life I would have. So this is the case. And you definitely, if you are already ACC and you are here in this community on your way to PCC, definitely some of you for sure are more ready than you are thinking about you. And you still have some time and community to become even better.
Oh, gosh. I'm not one to judge and to evaluate, but I'm hearing some kind of MCC level talk here already. So, okay, I see Artem's question, and it is perfect for closing up. So before that, just short announcement, guys who are watching video, guys who are watching, being here, this event is organized by Hub for Coaches community. So please join us, see for yourself what we are doing, what content do we have inside the community. It's about coaches, helping coaches, being in the community, helping each other grow together in the profession. So that's it. That's it from me. Miro, if you want to be found, where people can find you? On social media, on everything else?
In general, I'm nowhere, speaking and everywhere. So, but most of me, I am on LinkedIn and Artem. I'm glad to see you, and thanks for the question. On LinkedIn, we have some communication, happening. So I'm there, and mostly on the LinkedIn. I'm doing a newsletter. Unfortunately, at this moment of time, it's only Lithuanian, and we've been speaking with Rimvydas about the international aspiration and so on. So this is a part of where I am now, on who I am now. I will be much more on Instagram this year in 1 month, starting from March approximately, and that's it. I'm in some international venues. Let's meet in Converge, not only with Rimvydas but with me as well. Let's say hello over there in Paris. And what is my aspiration now? It's the issue what I am thinking to say. So this soup of the letters after our names, ACC, PCC, MCC, is meaningful. Yes, professional mastery life, but but what matters more, it's about who we are becoming as human beings for me. So those letters, we never put the letters before our names.
After, yeah.
And even when I say I've changed the now all the marketing materials, they didn't ask us to put the letters before our names. They always go after. Mm-hmm. And so, that means that we should be conscious about that. So first of all, it's not the letters, but who we are and who we are becoming on our journey. So this is very important. So my journey in the mastery, it's definitely to become a better person with the help of becoming better coach. Yeah, when seeking to become better coach, I'm becoming a better father, better husband, better friend, better colleague, and so on and so on. And what I do experience from at least my own personal life, and even I'd say researchers are confirming that, and Rimvydas could definitely confirm that with exact numbers, it's that the world needs more coaching.
For sure.
And world needs not perfect coaching, but the world needs good coaching. Good is enough. Where the good means that when the coach sees the person fully, trusts the person wisdom and potential, creates space for transformation if it's time for that. And that's why my general finalizing kind of words is just, hey colleagues, keep going, keep growing, keep going. And that's it. And the journey to the PCC is already valuable, not because of those letters that are after our names, but already by who we are becoming in our journey. Sharing here in the community, being in peer coaching with someone, yeah, being in mentorship relationship with a mentor, training, learning something new. It's already valuable in itself. And definitely, as I told before, if you are starting the journey or thinking journey, you are ready. If you started the journey, you already can finish it. It's up to you. Maybe not from the first exam, maybe second one, maybe third one. Who cares? But if decision is taken, means that you can do that. And in my personal journey, I'm going now in not only becoming a better coach, but preparing a bit more programs. And now we're already finalizing a book, Coaching and Organization, with my colleague Brigita. So the book, I hope that it will be published this year. It will be in Lithuanian with cases from Lithuanian organizations. It's a project that we've been doing already for more than 2 years, third year already.
That's cool.
But it's only writing 4 hours per week, something like that. And but consistency, yeah. So it's part of the journey. And now in the process of we got already CCU for one CCU program, and now we're in the process of getting CC for one much bigger program.
That's
yeah.
cool.
So this is my personal and professional journey, and not only of me, but of my colleagues as well. So us together. Yeah. So this is answer to your question after already this final motivational, some kind of
yes.
words.
The question
keep growing and keep going.
Yes. If you are already starting the journey, so it's the sign that you can finish it. Yeah, and you will.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Fine, very fine. Thank you, Miro. Thank you for taking this time. Thank you for this gift of your time to our community and to a broader coaching community. Thank you everyone for participating, for your questions. Let's meet again in a month. We will have another sharing of experience. Let's meet in the community. And regarding Miroslavas, his LinkedIn profile, his other profiles will be in the description of this video. So reach, connect, communicate, and I think a lot of good things will come from this. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much for the possibility to be with you. And actually, thank you very much that you, along with your colleagues and all the community, are working on a standard. Yeah, so are working on becoming a better coaches. Not only doing coaching, this is very important, I think. And I see that, and I'm sure that all of us were on the right track just by being present here.
Yeah.
So this is already the sign that it is very important for us. And when I do care, here is a very important word. Something will change if I do care. So thanks for you that you do care.
Yeah. Thank you for this. Thank you for being here. Everyone, bye.
Thank you, Miro.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.